Guys, Deluded Gooner, it's me again, back again. Now, Arsenal versus Red Star. We play in the Europa League on Thursday. We continue our cup competitions. If we continue how we've been playing against Watford, that will probably be our only route or possible route into the Champions League if we can win that, which I don't think we're going to do. Obviously, I'd like to win it, but whatever, innit? Yeah. Now it's not the cup competition midweek we'd like to be playing in. Ideally, I'd like us to be playing on the Tuesday or the Wednesday between the Champions League games. I don't know which game I'm going to watch, to be honest. Napoli, City looks one for the footballing purists and no doubt the hipsters and, you know, the funny line folk on Twitter that you have all them tactical diagrams that make no sense. They're going to lose their minds over that game and hopefully it's not an overkill. Between that and Spurs Real Madrid, because that looks a saucy affair. I don't know which game to watch, but whatever. Back to our game on Thursday. Yeah, how do I start this preview? Team news. Now, there could be question marks over several players' injuries. Wells was rushed back, allegedly, and he broke down. Don't know how long he's going to be out for. Wenger didn't sound too promising. He said everybody's surprised in the change rooms about Wells' injury. Yes, he trained and stuff, but how is it surprising? Like, just take time. What do you expect? So there's probably going to be no Wells, and he shouldn't be playing this game anyways. Koscielny, calf injury, allegedly, on top of the ongoing problems he already had, which he was even a doubt for the Watford game, is now injured. Mustafi's obviously long-term. There's a couple other long-term people here and there. I don't really care enough, sorry guys, to go into that. In regards to our opponents, we know what we're going to get. For the young players that I hope they play, you can't buy this experience. You can't get this in the under-23s. What they're going to go is into a hostile atmosphere. I hope it is. Serbian fans, Belgrade's a very passionate footballing town, and that's a very passionate footballing club. They've chased players and stuff like that for not playing good enough and then things like that. They love their football, innit? So it's going to be a partisan affair. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be intimidating. You probably see flares, not to be stereotypical because of what we've seen in the European leagues, but you probably see flares. You probably see all different chants, and you can't buy experience. Yes, it's going to be intimidating, but this is what you got to do, man. This is what you got to do. Ultimately, we're there to do a job. We don't want to be there. Pitch might not be great. Players are probably going to clamp the hell out of our Arsenal players. But we need to try and make it 3 wins from 3 in this little group thing, to be honest. We know we're going against a tough opponent, man. They've won, I believe in the Europa League, they've won 1 and drawn 1. They beat Cologne. They play, yeah, man, like I said, they play decent football. Well, I didn't say that. They play okay football based on the little clips I've seen. I'd say I've only watched 2 clips. 2-3 clips. I've more watched the atmosphere, to be honest with you. But they look like they play decent football. They've got some players that can trouble us. And while we're on the sort of players, I believe his name's Pesic or something like that, the striker. 10 appearances, 5 goals, and there's another striker in their books. I cannot say his name, but you're okay. Forgive me for the pronunciation. I believe he's a Ghanaian international. He's been bagging goals. I think he joined them in January or something like that. He's been scoring goals for them in this season. 5 appearances, 2 goals. And yeah, allegedly Chelsea scouts are coming to watch him against us, so he can't be half bad. And whether he plays or not, or he's on the bench, he's someone we've got to mark out for. There's probably other players and things we've got to look out for as well. Based on what I've come to expect from these sort of sides, without knowing anything, they're going to be hard-working. They're going to kick us off the park. They're going to really be street smart in the sense that they're going to push the ref to the limits, and they're really going to know what they can and can't get away with. And again, this is fantastic for the players, especially the young players, to do this thing, man. I think in the last 5 games they've only had 1 domestic defeat. They've got 4 wins, and they're doing their thing. The last time we played them, I weren't even alive. So those of you that are older, we played them in the Europa League, UEFA Cup at the time in 1978, 79 or something like that. So yeah, we've only kept 1 clean sheet in Europa, boy. 1 clean sheet in the last 13 in Europa. I mean, we're playing some bang average sides, and we really should be keeping clean sheets. But based on how we're playing against everyone we're coming against, can you argue that the other team won't score whether we win or lose on Thursday? Arguably not. Like I said, we don't have the most extensive knowledge, but typically these sides they're going to play on their underdog status. They're going to work. They're going to grind. They're going to foul us. They're going to play the ref. The crowd is going to be the 12th man, and that's going to be, again, that's intimidating. Like I keep saying it, I really want that for the likes of Reece Nelson and things like that. Because you can smack up City and under 23s and do all this madness in Australian pre-season and stuff. But this is how you actually learn stuff. Like, you go over there, you get called this, that, and the sun. And of course, I'm not advocating when people go over the top. It's going to be intimidating. You're going to have to learn just to get results. And you're going to always remember these sort of things. And you can't buy that. And this just makes them a better footballer. These sort of players better footballers. To be honest with you guys, man. Yeah, we know we're going against a serious side. They've won. They've in their last 11. They've only lost one game. Like this is a serious side. They've won 5 of the last 8 against um 5 of the last 8. Pardon me, against English side. So this is a side that we can't just think just because we're Arsenal and they're not as big as us commercially or known in the footballing world that we're just going to turn up here and win it, because that is not the case. Although we beat Cologne and Bay and we were expected to win that, there were passengers where the game could have went the other way or the scoreline could have changed. So in that regard, it's got to be business as usual, regardless of the side put out. Pardon me. It needs to be able to win. We need to just get the result done. I must admit, in regards to the starting lineup, I'm a bit torn, and I'll probably shock a lot of you with the lineup. I'm gonna go for the obvious. I mean, before that, of course, I have to say as a disclaimer, I'd love 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. There's no point me naming players in them formations because we're not likely to see that. Despite Wenger saying we could see that in the season, we're gonna play 4 as well as 3. Games like this is the perfect time to not force it and let players have some fun, really. So yeah. If we go on the 3-5-2, which is likely to happen, Ospina is going to go and goal for me. I've got Rob Holden on the left-hand side. Again, Mertesacker was poor against Watford, but for the sake of it, and we're down to our bare numbers, and Koscielny's not going to be there. Bielik's got a couple of injuries as well. He's not back. I really don't know who'd play centre-half. Like, our options are stretched. He'd probably have to start thinking about El Nene into that side. So Mertesacker next to Holden. And I'll probably have Monreal, I'll probably play Monreal. Now, if Chambers is fit, and I don't know what's going on with Chambers' fitness because Wenger keeps lying. If he's fit, I'd love him to play, but if not, Monreal's just going to hold that. Or you might even just have to slide a little Kozlesniak there, to be honest with you. I know we played Maitland-Niles centre-half in pre-season, but I would love to not see that nonsense. So, yeah, Maitland-Niles left-back for me because, yeah, man, Kozlesniak needs to get a rest ideally for Everton, and Monreal needed at centre-half. Ideally, I would love to be playing Maitland-Niles in the central midfield role, and for games like this, I believe he could be playing in the midfield role, but we're being stretched. We're somewhat stretched, so Maitland-Niles on the left, he's just going to have to do a job. I know it's not his form, it's not his position, and it's annoying seeing him there, but he's going to have to do a job there, man, unless you play Jay Silva. So, yeah, right-hand side, I'd play Reiss Nelson. I don't know if Reiss Nelson was going to play, because I believe at the time of making this video, the under-23s are playing against Sunderland. So I don't know if he's in the lineup or what. So if he's in the lineup, you'd argue he could be on the bench or whatever for Thursday if he starts. I don't know what happens. But yeah, if he hasn't started tonight or whenever the game is, I'd love to see him play for the under-20 for the under-23s against the Serbian side on Thursday. So yeah, that's the flank man. Midfield, Jack Wilshere. I mean, you're gonna bring him on against Watford. Let the man start. I'd say Joe Willock, I'd probably shock if you, but Joe Willock on the sides that he done his thing in the last game, so you're only as good as your last game. If you played that well, you deserve it, innit? Again, another partisan atmosphere and you learn something. Like I said, if not, we can move Maitland-Niles over there and do something on the left-hand side with Jay Silva. But yeah, start El Nene. We're down to our bare bones already. There's a case to start Ramsey. Personally, I'd prefer him to just be rested until Everton because we're going to need everybody there. If you are going to play him 60 minutes max, so I'll let El Nene get another run out the side come the Premier League game. So that's the midfield. I'm going to shock you guys. Yes, Theo. There's a case for Theo Walcott to get game time. There's a case for Giroud to get game time. Based on how Giroud played against Watford, I don't know for any game time for Giroud in any tournament. But I'd say Lacazette. Now, say Lacazette. He's not going to play. He wants to play Europa League, but he's not going to play. We need him. He needed to get subbed if he did play. Ironically, I wanted to play 90 minutes, but he would have to get subbed because we're playing on Saturday. Even though I believe that's more than enough time to rest. But how football scientists are these days. So there's that aspect. But I'd like Lacazette to play just a purely stat paddle, get some confidence. He hasn't scored in a while. It's tough times for Arsenal. Stat paddle, get some goals against some farmers. No disrespect to them. If it goes ideally the way I like it to go, or try to picture it in my head. Get some goals, come off before the game's done, come off at 60 minutes or whatever, 70 minutes if I was manager or whatever. And then it's done, innit? But he's not going to play, so there's no point. So you might as well just put Giroud in his place, / Theo, really, because Theo played decent he didn't play decent, but he scored his goals in the last Europa League, so you could argue him. I'd say Alexis Sanchez. He's had a hand in 3 of 7 goals in his 7 appearances this year, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. For his head and all this nonsense mental state, what better way than to try and bag some goals, restore confidence? I mean, the feeling of getting a goal. He's a forward player, so striking and scoring goals and them things, You can't put a price on how good that feels. And on top of that, we always hear Alexis Sanchez. He just wants to play football. Blah blah blah. So let the man play. He's been out of the side, so let the man play. That would be my lineup. To recap, I've got Osby in the ring goal, Monreal at centre half if Chambers can't play, Mertesacker through the middle, Holding on the left hand side of the three, Reece Nelson, Maitland-Niles as the fullbacks, El Nene, Xhaka, Joe Willock in the midfield. Ramsey could come into the side if there's time for 60 minutes. And the front men of Alexis Sanchez and Lacazette. That completes the preview. I've done it a bit earlier than usual. I can't lie, I don't want to hear anyone's pre-game talk. By that I mean Wenger. I just want to see the game. I'm at the point I don't want to hear nothing from Arsenal. But guys, the Ludiguna, I'm signing out. Get in the comments. You guys know the address. Thank you very much for watching.